Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Discovering Dorset the Shea Way. We are back up and running, and today we are travelling to Poole to meet up with Callum, and we're going to do a little bit of a history walk around Poole Quay, Poole Harbour. I'm not sure if there is a Poole Quay actually, but Poole Harbour, and some of the other interesting historical buildings around Poole as well. So let's go get the train and meet Callum. We've arrived in Poole.
Hello.
So we have made it to Poole, as you're aware, because you've already seen Callum say hello. And just thought we'd come up to the top of this multi-storey car park to start us, because Callum actually has some interesting history about it for us, and this building just across the way has some historical info to it as well. Now, as a source, today we're using this book, which is
Dorset Then and Now.
Dorset Then and Now. We also have another one on the go.
Yeah. It's got a sort of amalgamation of pictures from the modern era and pictures from the past. So this is in 1975 when they were building this. This is in the 2000s. It's now actually abandoned.
Which is this building just here.
Although it's going to be redeveloped.
Was it Barclays?
It was
Barclays headquarters? Yeah.
Yeah, 2,500 people worked there at its heyday.
Wow.
Yeah, it just dwindled to almost nothing because banks just don't need so many people working for them.
Yeah. Is that car park abandoned over there as well?
Yeah, that car park
that looks a bit abandoned.
Is for the bank.
Oh, so that would be the bank's car park just there.
Yeah, so it's got a bridge across to it.
Ah, yes, and, in the middle there, I see.
And that's where all the employees would have parked.
How interesting.
And there was also two other office buildings on this wasteland.
Just there.
They were demolished, I think, 5-6 years ago.
Okay.
All of this is going to be turned into flats. But the interesting story is, I mean, it seems like it's coming to the end actually of this era of redevelopment. But this redevelopment was the future once.
Yeah.
When they swept away a lot of 18th century and 19th century Poole history to build all this stuff. And yeah, now we're in a whole different era. I don't know what.
We're in a whole new age.
What are we in?
I don't know. The age of TikTok. Well, I suppose we're in the Charles era, technically.
Yeah. It's all starting again.
So yeah, there's some really cool. Is that the harbour? Does Poole have a quay?
So this is Holes Bay.
Holes Bay over there.
This is one of the inlets for Poole Harbour. It's think the second largest natural harbour in the world after Sydney Harbour.
Which you've also just seen on the train, because I took a little bit of footage as we were coming through from Hamworthy through to Poole.
I mean, all of this that you're seeing with all the cars on it, that's reclaimed land.
Just down there.
So in the 70s, to build this industrial estate, they reclaimed all that land. Up until 1975 or so, it was just where those houses are. I don't know if you can see them just beyond the railway track.
Yep.
Yeah, they were built in the Edwardian era. That was where the coastline was.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
And they've brought it so much further back?
Yeah, they dredged and then they rebuilt that land to build a dual carriageway industrial estate.
Interesting. I reckon it would be good for mudlarking then. Around that area when the tide's out. Does Poole have a key?
It does, yeah.
It does, because I was saying we're going to go talk about Poole Quay, and then I was like, actually, I don't know if Poole has a key, but we're definitely going to talk about the harbour at least.
Oh yeah, no, we're going to see all of that.
So we will be going and seeing Poole Quay, guys. I was right the first time.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have second guessed myself. But that, just to say, that bank there, to me, looks like it should be a nuclear power factory or something like that. And then you look at the bottom with the way that the walls splay out, and then it suddenly looks like some sort of modern castle.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you could get attacked in that and no one would be able to get in. Obviously there's doors, but if you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like quite a secure structure, doesn't it?
It was pretty cutting edge when it was built. I mean, it was built in the brutalist style, which is what they liked at the time.
Yes, very much so.
And yeah, you could just see how the structure of the building is on the outside, which holds it all together.
What we'll do is we'll go and have a look around the other side of the top of this car park and show you what else we can see, and then we'll get on with the rest of today's tour. So just here, I've moved around to the other side of the old Barclays headquarters. They would have had their symbol up on the top there, but it's now just a white square. And down there you can see that would have been the main entrance. But it's no longer used, it's abandoned. So if anyone's got the balls to go urban exploring, might be a good shout. Just here in our book you can see this is what I'll show you down here in a minute, but this building just here that Callum's pointing out is across from us, sort of like this angle, and it's across from us, and it's the old George pub, which you can still see standing just down there on the corner.
It's the last remnant really of the Victorian buildings that used to be everywhere in this area.
You can see it's absolutely surrounded by more modern day architecture.
I mean, everything was swept away basically by the redevelopment.
Over here you have what is now Poole Central Library. Not sure how well you'll be able to see that, as I know the sun is kind of blaring on us, but that there is Poole Central Library. So this big area here, this big loop-de-loop roundabout thing, you can see in his book that we've just shown you, and that was the big area that they'd moved out.
This and Falkland Square, which is just down there, this was all built as part of the 70s development. This is the plan that the council voted on. This is like Dolphin Shopping Centre, which is just over there.
You can see Kingland Road just there, which is what we are on.
This is what it would have looked like in the 1880s.
Very cool, very interesting. It's changed dramatically, hasn't it? Yeah. So we're going to carry on. We've just come through the big old Dolphin Shopping Centre. That's not the main entrance, but that is a entrance. And we've been moving on down and making our way towards the more central part of the town. And I'll be showing you how the train crosses right through the middle of town. There's a crossing just here. And you can take this lovely old bridge, which I'll go on top of in a minute, or you can just walk straight across the tracks, as I am here. But when the train's coming, obviously these gates go down and you get massive crowds on each side and this massive flow of people over this old bridge. But I'll take you up on top of the bridge quickly, and I think Callum's got a little bit of info for us as well. You can see this Beautiful old ironwork here. Takes you to Bournemouth, and that way takes you to Wareham and Dorchester and Weymouth.
So this is the High Street. There's a couple of buildings left in the picture from the, I think this is from 1950s, before the redevelopment. So that building and that church is that building there, and that church
here somewhere. Where yeah, those two there.
And so on this corner where Betfred is, sorry, what tree are you going? Betfred, that was a little pub called the Anstey Arms. If you have a look at it there.
And you can see it just there.
Yeah.
By Callum's finger there. And that was the little pub. Right next to the train line. So, we'll be making our way further down towards the old hotel and the church.
So Poole got its first public library in the late 19th century, and this is it. It's now a Wetherspoons.
Now a Wetherspoons, but some lovely architecture and stuff. And the proof of what Callum is saying is just here as well. As you can see, these buildings were erected and presented to the Borough of Poole as a free library by John J. Norton, November the 19th, 1887. Yeah, I'm not that old. But yeah, what we will do is we'll take you inside quickly and show you what it looks like now. So we're upstairs, should we go upstairs?
They've got a little plaque.
They got a plaque, have they? Yeah. We'll go and have a look at that in a minute.
Normally Wetherspoons do have a little bit of history about their buildings.
What's that? That looks historic. Or it looks like it
could be from
references something. Oh yes, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go. These panels are taken from advertisements published in the 1920s and 30s by Carter, Stabler and Adams. We would like to acknowledge the following: Richard Dennis Publications and Poole Potteries, yeah, Callum was on it, for use of their images from the book Poole Pottery by Leslie Hayward. There's another.
That's the lifting bridge.
Lifting bridge picture there. Artist depiction.
You could leave some of it on the customer involved, maybe.
Oh look. And there's some more information about the Poole Public Library. If you'd like to pause and read, feel more than welcome.
About Wetherspoons.
Oh, go on.
Every single one of them has a different carpet.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's Poole's carpet. That's interesting. I thought it was all kind of like the same sort of thing. Ah, there we go. There's the plaque that Callum's on about. Look.
Oh, nice.
That's beautiful.
Oh, we're going to have a look at that building. See that one there?
Which one?
This is the Guildhall.
Yes.
Which was built during the most prosperous time in Poole's history. Yeah, that one. That was built in about 1760.
Callum's just informed me that behind the cockle shell is a really old church. Wow! 1777. We'll go around and have a look because that sun is blinding me. I don't know about you guys.
Me too.
But yeah, I've just seen it has 1777 on the plaque.
Yeah.
And a load of filled in windows as well. Look.
Yeah, I don't think it's doing too well these days.
There we are. Do you remember?
No, what is it? It is Sunday, isn't it?
United Reformed Church.
So they might.
So if I zoom in, there you go. You can see the 1777 plaque just there. It's a big old building, and oddly enough, the sides are tiled like a roof.
That must be not original.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, they must have done that as a repair of some kind.
Philip Henry Goss, I'm assuming, 1810 to 1888, author and illustrator of pioneer books on natural sciences, in particular Newfoundland marine biology and the aquarium.
You'll see a lot of stuff about Newfoundland in Poole, because Newfoundland made Poole rich, really. Between about 1500 and 1800, the codfish trade was...
Codfish?
Yeah, codfish was...
Not cod bottles, codfish.
Yeah.
I don't know why Callum's not a codfish, but codfish. But yes.
Yeah, it was the trade which made the town rich for a bit.
We've just been invited inside the church by a very kind gentleman.
That's a really old school.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm afraid we weren't able to do much filming in there as they're just starting a service. I did take a picture. I'm not sure if you can see, but at the top they have a lovely organ. We have been invited back later, so if we get the time and chance, we may go back and have another little look inside for you guys. But if not, that was the United Reformed Church of Poole.
That was the oldest church that's still standing in Poole. This is just one of loads of beautiful pubs around the quay. It's not actually open at the moment. It's been used as a developer's office for those flats that have been built behind it. But this was the closest pub to Poole Pottery, which is the old pottery works, which is, we're going to have a look at what was built on top of there.
Going this way.
In a sec. But yeah, it's one of just a load of really nice cosy pubs, old school cosy pubs around here. This is the old Poole Pottery and the gasworks, which now looks like this. They've built apartments and shopping centre.
There is still some Poole pottery that you can do here though, and it also seems like it says you can come and have a go. I'll just show you from the outside. Massive shop in there.
I don't think it's made in Poole anymore though. This is just an outlet because the pottery works closed down. As far as I know, I don't think it moved anywhere.
You can see on the back here, Studio Poole, 100 years of Class or Clarence Cliff maybe, limited edition. And those plates are going for $79.99 each. And here is the harbour side, and there's this chap.
This is Baden Powell. He founded the Scouts. So if you look across the water, where he's looking out to, that's Brownsea Island, which is a huge island. Well, huge-ish for an island in the middle of
large
island. And he had the first Scouts camp on there. So we've been talking about industry for the most of this walk, and here's some of the industry that's still here. Condor ferries, they come into the port there. There's people unloading. I think they unload a lot of like goods and aggregate and gravel and stuff. You can see some of that. And then beyond that is the Sunseeker factory, where they build luxury yachts.
Just down there. So as we come up here, you see this big blue sculpture, but you also get the chance to come up the top and get some better views right across the harbour. And there's the Sunseeker place just there.
Big local employer, that.
Yeah. I've had many a friend who did carpentry and tried to get an apprenticeship here. Massive local employer, and they pay well too. Sunseeker yachts. Not something I'd ever be able to afford, mind. Beautiful boat just here. You can see this beautiful view. It does take you straight across. That is Sandbanks over there.
It's one of the most expensive real estate in the entire country per square mile, because it's just a big strip of sand, and the super rich love to live there. As this illustration shows, 30 armed men, they were looking to liberate, in their words, the value of the taxes that were taken from them to the customs house. This was in Poole in 1747, and I don't know if this is the original customs house, but I think it probably is. It looks 18th century, so this is probably the building that they sieged. They were actually found, and 10 of them were executed.
So this building here, you can see, would have had the crane windows and stuff, was actually Airways House. What? 1939 to 1948. This building was part of the first operational headquarters of BOAC, of the BOAC probably, but I'm going to say BOAC, whose flying boats left Poole for the USA and British Empire.
So in the 15th century, there was a new war with the French. They was a local boy, I can't remember what his name was.
I'm not sure.
Who sacked about 40 Normandy towns, and the French, they came back and they did Poole in when he was away. And then when we were at war with the French, they needed stores for all the men, you know, all the sort of salted bacon and supplies, so they built this hall and cellars, which was the stores for the government and the army and the navy.
Which is now Poole History Centre, but sadly it is closed, so we can't go in at the moment as they're doing some renovations, but we wanted to show you the building anyway.
So if you're wondering what the merchants did with the money they found from all of the prosperous trade with Newfoundland, they built these grand townhouses in the 18th century, like this one and these ones. And they're surrounding St James's Church.
And this is the best we can show you of the inside of St James's Church, as there's a service going on today, as it is a Sunday. We might be able to get slightly further in. These beautiful ceilings, look, and the service going on. So Callum's just pointed these out to me, and these are old almshouses. There is a plaque as well, so we'll go and have a look and read what the plaque says about it. As you can see, there's a very old building. In fact, it's from the 1500s. Oh no, oh yes, from the 1500s. The tablet was erected AD 1904, and these almshouses, first built in the time of Henry V and long the property of St George's Guild, passed to the Crown in 1547 and were purchased for the corporation in 1550. They have been devoted to the use of the poor for 500 years. So they're even older than we first thought.
Look at the roof.
Callum's pointing out the roofing. Oh, look at the tiling on that.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if those bottom tiles were original. Because that's something that you see across Purbeck, is this use of Purbeck stone for the bottom row of tiles. Okay, we're going to start at the Guildhall Tavern, because everything in England has to start with a pub, even something as serious as a town hall. Just at the end of this street is the Guildhall, which is probably one of the more opulent buildings that were built in Poole. It's a real testament to how much money they had at the time, because it was built in 1761. It's now a registry office, but it used all of the architectural I suppose styles that they liked at the time. You know, it was all neoclassical. They got that portico in the middle, and they liked symmetry, and I think it's a really beautiful building.
Just go and have a bit of a close-up view of it, eh?
And you see the stairs are slightly worn down from people
All the
coming. Yeah.
footfall over the years.
some ghost signs over there. Don't know what they say.
W Shy Hall, maybe, or something like that.
He's something that you can really tell that people were rich back then when they built these houses, is that the brickwork is all headers. So they used, I don't know if it's twice as many bricks, but certainly a lot of bricks, which showed how solidly they were built and how rich they were at the time. So this is the side of the building here, and it says, in the 5th year of the reign of King George III, Anno Domini 1761, this market house was jointly erected by Joseph Golfson Jr. Esquire in grateful memory of his father Joseph Golfson Senior Esquire, being chosen this year the 4th time Member of Parliament for this town and county of Poole, and by Lieutenant Colonel Thomas Cowell. You know, I think that's Calcraft, but they used F's for S's, which is very confusing. The other present representative in Parliament for this town and county in the morality of George Weston Esquire. How well did I do?
I think you did pretty well there, mate, to be fair. I wouldn't have translated it as well as you, I don't think.
It's so hard to read it when they use F's instead of S's.
I know, yeah.
So over there is the Queen Mary pub. Really nice pub. You can play pool there, but it has
pool
yeah, play a nice game of pool in Poole, and there has an interesting story to it. I mean, it's quite an old pub. I think it might be Victorian, but right next to it, it's now the RNLI headquarters and college. Was back in the day a Merck chemical factory, and in 1988 they had an enormous fire, and it was really dangerous because there was lots of flammable chemicals. So the whole area was evacuated, but a big barrel of chemicals exploded out of that factory, went all the way up into the sky and landed on the roof of the Queen Mary. Didn't set it on fire, but apparently exploded some chemical or other everywhere, and apparently to this day the attic still stinks of it. Yeah. And when it happened in 1988, Merck, whose headquarters are in Darmstadt in Germany, they all got inside their chemical
protections,
all their lorries, and vans. They just like got there because they didn't know what the hell had been released. They thought this could be like a major disaster, and so they all got in there. They drove through the night to England, and they came and they spent months cleaning it all up, and yeah, hopefully it's all clean now. They said it was, so
well,
better trust them. Look at this. This is the Poole station staff for the South Western Railway in 1885. You needed a lot of people back then for loading coal, loading water. Here's a satellite picture. Not satellite picture, what am I talking about? No, it must have been from a plane, I imagine. It looks quite old. Yeah, so it shows the old gas works there. This is all reclaimed land now. This is Beta Park.
Taken from a UFO, this picture.
Yeah, so all of that, all the way to there, is land now.
And that, I came across that with the train, did I not?
No.
No?
So this is Poole Park.
Ah!
Yeah.
We've magnet fished here, guys.
Yeah.
You guys would have seen us fishing here.
So they've like reclaimed some land here too. So this is still a boating lake, and Poole Pottery is all here, I think, somewhere like that.
Yeah, because we were in there looking at.
There's St James's Church, which we were just at. The lifting bridge. Yeah, it's a very nice old picture, that, and it's got a whole timeline of stuff going on here and a map. And I'm a big fan of maps, as Shay knows.
Part of your job, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And there's the explosion. Yeah, it says BDH. I mean, it says Merck Archives. I think it's like owned by Merck, but it was British something or other, blah blah blah, you know.
And there's the Twin Sails Bridge.
Construction of West Quay Road.
Dolphin Brewery.
Look at that. Timber yard. Check out this map. It's just basically St James's Church.
That's the same as that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh. There you are. Poole Town. That's apparently a plan of Poole, 1636. I mean, it looks like a sketch map, really. But it just shows you just how small the town was back then. I mean, it's minuscule actually compared to how it is now. I think it's like 150,000 people live in Poole, the wider area. It's quite hard to fit it all in. I've had to go to the fish island, but there is a Sunseeker in its completed state. This is a showroom where they take their clients and they sell them their fancy boats. So here is the RNLI Centre. This is where they have their campus for training people.
Actually stretches, if you come with me,
Yep.
all the way around. You can see it all the way over here as well,
Yeah,
and then back round to here.
it's massive. It really is. And they do training here, sea survival courses, all that sort of thing. Yeah, another big local employer.
We're going to pop into the reception area. Apparently they've got some things to do.
They got a shop, a bar,
yeah,
and a restaurant,
so we're going to go have a
which
look.
I've never seen.
There we go, look. You can see on their site map here. Green is the college, blue is the survival centre, yellow is the support centre, red is the annex, orange is Sir William Hillary. That can't be a person that's that big, must be the centre. And then pink is the ALC. And in here we've got an RNLI shop, a restaurant and a bar which is open to the public. They also do public discovery tours. So let's go and have a look at what's open to the public. Some info here. This building was funded by the generosity of all those who support RNLA and its crews. Hello. Thank you, cheers. Some displays here, look. Oh, the founder, so William Hillary was the founder.
He's not a builder.
So all the badges and things, look. Dating from 1894. Gilt buckle featuring an ornate decoration around the lifebuoy inscribed a lifeboat Saturday. Very cool. There's the old donation box type things there. So in 1838, the Grace Darling rescue. Grace Darling and her father William, a lighthouse keeper, rescue survivors from the SS Forfarshire, wrecked on the Farne Islands, Northumberland. The Darlings became national celebrities and focused public attention on saving lives at sea. So it's one of the old flotation jackets, made of cork, I believe. Awarded his third gold medal. His third gold medal after going to the aid of the stranded convoy. Bless you. First medal for a lifeguard. Again, all of this information, if you want to pause and feel free to read it all, you are more than welcome to do so. However, if I read it all out, we'd be here for ages. All of the staff here have been extremely friendly and very kind and helpful, which is lovely to see. Down there you've got toilet. Oh, I'll quickly show you these suits they've got on the mannequins here. Well, we can't go too far, but I'll just show you these suits here. And you can buy all of the stuff as well, separately, if you wish to. And then you've got one of these suits just here. I think that just about brings us to the end of this little bit. There's a restaurant just down and through there, but we don't need to go to that. Oh, there's another little case over here we'll go and have a look at. Oh, these are all the awards that they've won for different things. And there's a picture of that that monument thing outside. Very cool, very cool. Well, that's quite steampunk, isn't it? Very scrap metal. Awesome. We need something like that for magnet fishes. Some sort of award like that. Right guys, I hope you enjoyed our magical mystery tour of Poole and all of the randomness we've had in it. So it's a bye-bye from me for now.
Goodbye.
Catch you on the next one.